Toastmasters and guests. We are blessed to be here, and we are still counting the blessing in the terms of in-person attendance. So, being the certificate arms of Karachi Toastmaster Club, I welcome you all in our meeting number 930. Today, the theme is Let's Count Our Blessings. So, without further ado, let me hand over the charge to someone who is leading us in all terms, either his district or its club. In a huge round of applause, I would like to invite the president of Karachi Toastmaster Club, DDM Talab bin Hamid.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone, and thank you all for joining us. Welcome to this 933rd meeting of Karachi Toastmasters Club, and it is an honor and a pleasure to once again be able to host a hybrid meeting. And of course, we were just enjoying our coffee and tea, and that's why the meeting got a little delayed. So you get the idea. This is what you're missing by not joining in person. So next time, I urge everyone who is listening, everyone, that it would be good if you come here physically. And it makes things a lot easier too. Anyhow. Okay, we don't have any guests today as yet. Okay, so we can skip over.
Rashid.
Yeah.
Ali Rashid.
Ali Rashid, Ali, we have? No. Okay.
So two guests over here.
Yeah. Yes. Oh yes. Well pointed, Mr. VP membership. And of course, that also naturally means that they should no longer remain guests by the end of this meeting. So, for the benefit
you're
of
going to pay a very heavy price to make this club.
well, let's just say we are no strangers to paying heavy prices for such joinings.
Okay.
So, for the benefit of two people, soon to be members, Toastmasters is an international organization headquartered in Colorado, USA. Although these days, the amount of time it takes to correspond with them, you would think they're centered on Mars. But anyhow, rant over. And the main purpose of this organization is to improve the communication and leadership skills of its members. Toastmasters operates around the world under a common set of principles, common set of rules, and under a common education curriculum called Pathways. So this is one unique thing about Toastmasters, that whereas even our country doesn't seem to agree upon a single syllabus, Toastmasters around the world operate on a single syllabus. So we have currently 17,000 clubs around the world, and we have 42 clubs in Pakistan. We have more than 250,000 members, although the real number of members will become apparent after September 30th. So everybody, you are all urged to renew as soon as possible. So without further ado, first of all, I'll ask our esteemed guest, soon to be Toastmaster, Madam
Dr. Bushra.
Dr. Bushra. Please come and introduce.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening, everybody. And आप सबसे गायबाना तारुफ तो है, but here I am Dr. Bushra. I'm wife of PM Ghulam Nadir. And basically, I'm here for the food because he gave me the incentive that after this meeting, we are going for a dinner. So that is it. That's why I've told you that you have to pay a very heavy price if I join the club. No, they are going to because they are pressurizing.
He will gladly break his VP membership. He has goals to meet.
And he works in HBL.
Yeah.
So that he has to pay every
And he's
weekend,
a
but
banker.
then on
Let me remind
Wednesdays
you, he's a
also.
banker.
Oh, that I do very well. So here I am, and I wish you all good luck for today's meeting and the speeches. And I hope that we enjoy our time today with such great speakers and a very friendly environment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alarm Khan is a living credit card.
Okay, we had another guest, but I think they're logged out for now. Anyhow,
The second guest.
yeah, please, madam, please come and introduce yourself. Yes, right.
Hello everyone, I am the meeting of the kids Toastmasters.
Thank you so much, Evaluator, Zara. And before we move on, I want to introduce someone very special. He is our member, but he has rejoined Toastmasters after more than a decade. So Toastmaster said, please come.
My name is Syed Hussain. I've been in the HR and independent profession for 15 years. And myself is, I work for different companies in Pakistan. And about my family, I'm married with 4 kids. My wife is a housewife. And the purpose of joining Toastmaster is to, engage ourselves with some professionals. And I'm happy to join. Actually, it's rejoining because I was in Doha, Qatar in 2007, and I joined myself in Toastmaster. It was not for a long time, it was almost 2-3 months there. But now I'm back in Karachi. I wanted to start again. So thank you very much. I really want you to support me.
We have a few small souvenirs for our new joiners. So
Thank you very much.
there you go.
Sir. Right, Toastmasters and get reference.
Yeah. I don't know.
What was the theme of our
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Junaid Sani.
last meeting?
And this is a living proof that even if you drift away from Toastmasters due to your personal engagements, somehow Toastmasters lives inside you, and there comes a day when it pulls you back. We have another example of precisely this phenomenon in our Toastmaster, who's busy typing something right now. But anyhow, before handing over the charge to our Toastmaster today, I will invite our VP Education Toastmaster Imran Rana for a brief and crisp business session.
Hello, Toastmasters and guests. Thank you so much, President Dhamma, for giving me this opportunity. Last week was quite busy because we had 2 meetings. The first one was the regular meeting, and the second one was the first launch meeting of Karachi Toastmasters Club, named as Academy. Okay, so the winners of the regular, the theme of our last regular meeting was quite exciting. It was fueled by failure, and the winners of that meeting were the best speaker goes to Toastmaster Muhammad Azhar Khan, best critics goes to Toastmaster Imran Rana, best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Karim Mekrani, and then best Big Four Toastmaster of the day goes to Toastmaster Rabia Zishan. Then we have best prepared speech evaluator, that is Samir Hamidodi. And finally, the best facilitator, we have President Toastmaster as the title. So looking forward to an amazing meeting. So over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Imran Rana. And we have another guest with us, Toastmaster Hassan Sudari. Toastmaster Hassan, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, please.
Sorry. Yeah. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I am basically from Sadakat Toastmasters Club, Faisalabad, and I have been seeing your messages popping up on WhatsApp group. I am a part of, like, sort of a member of that, your D122's TC events WhatsApp group. So I saw this message that you are today having this WhatsApp a Toastmasters Club meeting. So I thought of joining this to see what's happening in Karachi Toastmasters Club, to learn something, to get something. That's the idea behind that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And that's the beauty of Toastmasters, that whenever someone like you joins us, we always learn from each other, and we look forward to that. Now, over to our Toastmaster of the day, who is a formidable person. To be very honest, whenever he speaks, I get scared because of his intensity and intellect. And he is not only supremely confident, he has an intellectual depth that actually belies his age. And he's one of our most active members. And one thing I can say for sure, every time he speaks, we all learn something new. So today, let's see what he has in store for us. Everybody, please put your hands together for Toastmaster Evaluator.
Thank you so much, President, for your wonderful introduction of mine. I am blessed to have you all here. In our daily routine life, we are always thinking about negative things. That we don't have water, we have this issue, we have conflicts, etc., etc., etc. So today, hold on here first. Let's move back to a week ago when I just reached to my home. And my mom said to me that you have a parcel. And that person was from the district 122 territory council. And I feel blessed to be the Toastmaster because my all achievements were in those by those gifts, or certificates, or books, etc., etc. So today, I come up with the same thing, that in the panic, chaos, conflicts, let's start counting our blessings. We are here because the lockdown is eased, and they were here because there is a pandemic. So we are also blessed with the pandemic that we have a hybrid meeting. Toastmasters, we have our lives are filled with goods and bads, but we usually just focus on bad things and just neglect the positive things. So, with this positivity, that starts our meeting. Today, we have 3 segments. Our first segment is of prepared speeches, in which our beloved Toastmasters are going to deliver their prepared speeches, usually from 5 to 7 minutes. Then we have a segment of table topics, in which table topic master would randomly call a person who is going to speak impromptu. And the third one is the general evaluation, in which we are going to have a feedback. And to carry out this meeting smoothly, I am blessed with some of the facilitators. And so the first role holder is my friend, a man with an hawk eye who can read this also from there. So he is none other than Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali, our grammarian, and also the word master.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Distinguished guests and Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters. Today, my role as a grammarian is to note out the words and good phrases and sentences used by the speaker who come and deliver their speeches or for the table topic or the evaluation speech. Other than that, I might be using some of the corrections where there improper use of grammars or something like that. My role as a word master is to introduce the word of the day. So word of the day today is adroitly. Adroitly means in a clever or a skillful way. So if you have to use in a sentence, it can be used as Toastmasters has always deliver evaluation adroitly. Means either they have delivered with skillful way or very clever, so that the speaker is encouraged to come and speak again. So these will be my duties, and I will be noting down which of the speaker has used most of the words of the day, and I will be giving my report when called upon. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. I believe you will going to do your job adroitly. So let's move forward towards our second role holder, who has two roles, and he is going to time the meeting and also count the votes. So please welcome Toastmaster Imran Rana.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. Okay, just a minute. Leave it.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes. No.
Yes, I'm audible.
Yes.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I'm the timer of today's meeting. My role is to make sure that the meeting proceedings are on time. There will be different timing for different segments. Okay, so for prepared speeches, the speaker has to speak from 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, those who are physically present, I'll show the lights, and those who are virtually present, my virtual background will change in a sequence, so there is no need to mention that. And for table topics, especially for table topics, the speaker has to speak from 1 minute to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. At 1 minute, the virtual background for the virtual audience will turn into green. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, the virtual background will turn into yellow. At 2 minutes, the virtual background will turn into red. This means that the speaker has to wrap up his or her speech. After 30 seconds, there will be disqualification. And for prepared speech evaluation, at 1 minute, at 2 minutes, the virtual background will turn into green. At 2 minutes and 30, yellow. At 3 minutes, red. And red color means he has to wrap up his or her evaluation, and after 20 seconds, he will be disqualified for voting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. Rana.
Vote about voting as well.
Yes, it's also you are also the vote.
So, fellow Toastmaster, I'm along with timer, I'll be the vote counter as well. So, there will be 5 different times the voting, the poll will be shared with you guys. All you need to fill the Google form and cast your vote for the favorite, for the best speaker, best tabletop speaker, best speech evaluator, best phone, and best facilitator. If there is a tie situation, I'll break the tie. I'll cast my vote and break the tie. So,
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rana. All the speakers, please be careful as Toastmaster Rana is quite two hits wrong, quite accurately. So let's move towards our next role holder, that is our counter, and it is none other than our new Toastmasters, Toastmaster Imran Chaudhary. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, T.M. Ashar. I will be playing the role of our counter today, and I'll note down unnecessary words and sounds used by members who speak during the meetings. Words or phrases that may be used inappropriately or unnecessarily includes and, well, but, so, and you know. Sounds may include Serving in the A counter role provides me an excellent opportunity to evaluate you guys for the first time. And also, I would like to be very thorough this time since it's my first time. So please be careful. Over to you.
And now let's move towards our next role holder. Toastmasters, this skill is very important. And actually, this is a blessing that if you have a listener in your life. But I don't know about your life, but we have a listener in this meeting. He is none other than Toastmaster Azhar Khan.
Okay, Toastmaster guest. Today my role is as a listener, and I will check how you are a listener and a speaker. And for meeting, I ask you some questions about the good phrases, words, and sentences who spoke in the meeting. How check at the end of the meeting, I submit my full agenda.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Azhar, because you are doing a role of listener. Now, our last facilitator. And we are blessed to have her because laughter is a best medicine. And to have this skills and those injections of communication, let's invite Toastmaster Hiba Khan, who is the Toastmaster. Over to you, Toastmaster Hiba.
Thank you, T.M. Aliasharandram. Okay, am I visible and audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, how do trees get online? How do trees get online? They just log on. Okay. Why aren't koalas actual bears? Why aren't koalas actual bears? Because they don't have the specific qualifications. Because they don't have the specific qualifications. Okay. What do you call a rooster staring at a pile of lettuce? What do you call a rooster staring at a pile of lettuce? A chicken sees a salad. I hope it's funny. And the last one, I was wondering why a frisbee appears larger the closer it gets. I was wondering why the frisbee appears larger the closer it gets to us. Then it hit me. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster, for your, you never disappoint us. So let's move towards our first segment, and that is the prepared speeches. So our first prepared speaker is Toastmaster Ananta,
Yes.
and she is delivering her DTM project. So we're blessed. But first, I would like to ask Toastmaster Anant that in the context of blessing, what would be the first thing in your list? Toastmaster Anant.
Sorry, can you repeat it? Ali Ashur, can you please repeat it?
What would be the first thing in your list while counting the blessings?
Okay. I think my camera speaks for itself. Counting the blessings. Well, Alhamdulillah, a great family. Because when you are stable from the family side, you are productive towards everything.
Hey, that's great. So I would like to invite her evaluator, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. Please come and elaborate the purpose of this project.
The Toastmaster of the day. Today, Toastmaster Anam is having her first speech with regards to Distinguished Toastmaster project. That's an HTL project. Purpose statement of the speech will be is for the member to demonstrate her skills as a leader and a public speaker. And second is, this is the first speech, so we will be knowing the member to introduce her plan and vision. Speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Anam is no new to us. She is a champion speaker. I have speech title.
M&Ms. M&Ms.
Mangoes and metals.
Come on, yeah.
Okay. So speech title M&M. Toastmaster Anam Kadri, speech title M&M. Over to you. Good luck.
Just hold for 5 seconds. Just wait for my Just hold.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali.
Now you can
All right.
start.
Good evening, everyone. Want to have it? Want to have some M&Ms? Sweet and tasty, crusty from the outside, gooey from the inside, filled with chocolate, enough to fulfill your craving of sweet tooth. M&Ms. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, 2019 and 2020, Karachi Toastmasters Club saw the distinguished, in fact, they achieved the Distinguished Medley Award for consecutive 2 years, 2019 and 2020. And apart from the members of the Karachi Toastmasters Club being awed by this distinction, there were many other clubs that were equally awed and equally excited to talk to Karachi Toastmasters Club, to talk to their members. One of them being Toastmaster Brahms of MI Speak Toastmasters Club from Canada, who approached the VP Education, the then VP Education, DTM Talha bin Hamid, asking him about the tips and the tricks of how his Karachi Toastmasters Club gained this distinguished award for consecutive 2 years, how they proved their stance, and how they maintained their poise. And in exchange, our VP Education got tips and tricks from the MI Speak Club of how to go about inviting more members towards the club, and how to be more productive and more welcoming, and how to invite more members, in other words, the work of the VPPR. So like these M&Ms, the Karachi Toastmasters Club and the MI Speak Toastmasters Club both were equally enriched with the basic nutrients of a Toastmasters Club, and those nutrients being inviting members, gaining more certifications, and moving towards excellence. After those multiple meetings between the VP Education and the members of the MI Speak, they decided to hold a combined meeting in order to have a more practical example of how to go about with the meetings, and to practically view how they are going about with their club and how we are going about with ours. And they arranged a combined meeting last year in 2019. That was the first combined meeting, which proved to be very exciting. The members were equally ecstatic. There were a lot of members, a lot of encouragement from our side, a lot of excitement from our side, and we were equally acknowledged by them. Our speakers were equally acknowledged by them. Our evaluators did our great work, theirs as well. So we got to learn a lot from them, and they got to learn a lot from us. It was so exciting that now, a second time, MI Speak Toastmasters Club and Karachi Toastmasters Club decided to hold a second combined meeting that's to be held on the 26th of September 2021. The theme of which was to be decided, and an open invitation was given to everyone to contribute to the theme that would be held. And after a great consensus, an outstanding theme was proposed by the name of mangoes and maple syrup. And hence the topic of my speech, M&Ms today. But that's not what they call it. That's the natural part of the M&Ms, while these being the artificial ones. Who proposed it? How it was proposed? What led to its proposal? This is to be kept a secret till now. Evinced only on the 26th of September 2021, 7 p.m. Pakistan time. Do join us, be a part of it, and above all, play a role in the meeting, be a part of the great evaluations and great observations. Since this is supposed to be my DTM project, so I was entitled to arrange a team. And in that team, first of all, we had our VPPR, who was handling all the posters and all the theme and the teasers, which we see off and on in our Karachi Toastmasters Club WhatsApp group as well. And it was managed very nicely by Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. And is being managed by him as well. Those posters speak for themselves, something that I really want to be, and it was put rightly on the project, on the forum. So I think that this job is being superbly done. Apart from that, my team included Toastmaster Imran Rana, our VP Education, and Toastmaster Urusa Kawal, our immediate past president, who are helping me with the management of the agenda, the role players, and all the rest of the things. So I have a great team coming up with me. So dear Karachi Toastmasters Club members, please come up, be a part of that meeting on the 26th of September 2021. Be a part of the great evaluations, and above all, be a Pakistani and Be with us on that day. Witness the great evaluations, because keep in mind that one day we are going to move from the district level and we are going to compete at the international level as well. Today, when Toastmaster Verity can win that public speaking, they can be the champion. You can be the public champion tomorrow. Representing Pakistan, representing the Karachi Toastmasters Club. Come up, witness those evaluations, see how they work internationally. What kind of challenges can you get when we move further ahead from district level to the international level? Be a part of it. Leave these artificial M&Ms. Go for the natural ones, mangoes and maple syrup. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Much Toastmaster Kamgari, and we all are anticipating for M&Ms on 26th. So let's move towards our next speaker. He is none other than Toastmaster Muhammad Azhar Khan, and he is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Evaluator. So over to you, Toastmaster Evaluator. Please elaborate the project purpose.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, TM Azhar Khan is delivering his strategic relationship level 2 presentation to understanding your level leadership style, and it's a 5 to 7 minute speech. And there are two objectives of this speech. The first one is the purpose of this project is for the member to identify his or her primary leadership style or styles. And the second one is the purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. Over to TM Azhar.
Yes, Master. Yes. I hope God. First, I have to learn. Our keen minds bring people together, communicate effectively, dare to talk, calculate risk, enlighten and empower, foster collaboration, give you tools to succeed, help you do for yourself, invite you, encourage questions, joyful, impress diversity, keep an open mind, lead by example, motivate with respect, never give up on you. Open doors, new world. Put first thing first. Which make learning fun. Recognize problem early. Share rules and responsibility. Take time to explain things. Unwrap talent and ability. Value everyone's input. Welcome mistakes as a part of the learning. Seek acceptation. Yearn to connect, not to correct. Just to make a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm discovering leadership style. Whenever I listen, this was leadership. First and foremost, I remember Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and therefore Farashidi. My two biggest guru, Umar and Ali. I respect to all my Islamic scholars and speakers. But whenever I talk about the leadership, Umar is the biggest personality for me as a leader. He started his career as a shepherd. He walked around the Sahara with the camels. But after a few years, he accepted Islam, and after a long time, he took the great opportunity of the second number of Khalifa in Islam. As a leader, he started the leadership. He discussed with his friend. He never showed up his own opinion and his desires. He always discussed all things with his friends and companions. He never said he is a big and biggest leader. He always knew something. Whenever he was wrong, he practiced. He never said, no, I'm on mistakes, I will carry forward. No. He is on mistake, he begs. He always learns others. He around in the streets in the night. You always look after everyone without any neediness. These are his good elements. All members read that word spiritual, inspiration, leadership. But exactly, in my point of view, first and foremost, you have to know who you are and where is your righteous path. If you have the good moral, good objective, it means you never give up. You always say, I'll get up and go. Because as a good leader, you know one thing, without team, you can't succeed. You can get success. One team, one goal is a good agenda. As a as a dictator, I just say your no. You discuss with your team and your partners and go and take steps. In this leadership style, I got that democratic. I like the democratic policies. I like the democratic steps. But I know one thing. If you leave your team, if you leave your companions, you leave your friends, maybe you get something new. You get the comfort, new place, any achievement, you get award, but you not be a good leader. You should be a inspiration. Everyone say, I want to be like this. Just not they are follow your steps. They say inside from the heart, yeah, I should follow. Because every good leader is a benchmark of it. So this is my point and my objective. If you want to be a leader, is do something biggest. If you can't fly, no problem. You run. You can't run, no problem. You walk. You can't walk, just crawl. But you never give up your morale, your objective. It depends on your mind. What do you think? Short term and long term. It's not some easy path for anyone. But if you want to be a good leader, so you have to face all type of situation. Back to you.
Let's repeat the project details.
Okay.
Repeat the project.
So Toastmaster Ikram Karne is on his pathway of dynamic leadership level 3 and D, and today's project is connecting with storytelling. So we all are anticipating for a great story here, and the speech title is Never Give Up. So over to you, Toastmaster Ghulam Khan.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
To the virtual audience? Good. October 11th, 2019, 11 p.m. Suddenly my phone rang. And I saw the name of my boss. I picked up the call. Yes, boss. GQ, what's happening on the project of Ready Cash? The product which we are about to launch. Sir, there are certain delays. There are certain technical issues. I was about to tell you. But this product is having some issues and we won't be able to launch on this target date. How can you say that, GQ? I committed this in the month of July that you will deliver this product in the month of October. Now this is not on. Now what I'm going to do is now tomorrow you're going to get fired. Boss, but listen to me. This was not my fault. This was IT fault. This was HR fault. This was operations fault. No.
you are the business head, it is your co-responsibility. And the phone went off. I put down the phone on the table. Then I spoke to my wife. We will have to cut down our expenses. I think I'm going to get jobless. I'm going to get fired tomorrow.
Sorry to interrupt again.
I tried my level best.
Yeah, I mean, we just lost you, and I think you're back again. Please continue.
I tried my level best. I gave my heart and soul for this product. But somehow it didn't work. Nevertheless, it's not the end of the world. I might get fired from the Pakistan's biggest bank tomorrow. So let's be prepared that we are going to get into financial crunch for a while. That night was extremely difficult for me. Somehow, the morning came. I went into the office, opened my laptop, and I was waiting. Anytime I'll be called and asked for resignation. Anytime. Somehow, that day passed. And then I was called the very next day. I again gave my explanations, but it didn't work. And the repercussions were that I was demoted. A layer was formed between me and my immediate supervisor. And everybody started saying that GQ has been Kudde-lined. A person who was always in the limelight, a person who was always the star of the show, was Kudde-lined for a while. Those 6 months were hell for me, going to office every day. I used to push myself in the morning. I used to motivate myself every day when I used to get up. The feeling was that the next day I should go and resign and switch to another position. Those 6 months I had to pass. And I could easily see the new individual who was my peer at one stage was starting playing politics. My entire team, who used to give life for me, went against me. And I could easily see them that they used to come and without saying salam or any good morning to me, just go to directly to that individual, take the instructions and go back on the seat. So those 6 months, I was sitting, I was doing nothing. But what happens when you are technically very sound? When you are knowledgeable? When you are on the top of your own game? People then start feeling that there is a gap. There is a need. And then where you bounce back. That is the opportunity where you bounce yourself back. So my immediate supervisor, who was not that technically sound, when he got stuck, he referred me. And I welcomed him with both my open arms. That yes, I am there, I'm still there, I'm not gone. That's where I started coming back into the game. And after a year or so, that product, the Ready Cash, which was stuck, it was only because of my efforts it launched. And today, I am the one who's going into region by region, branch by branch, and launching that product and training the people. And that individual who called me at 11 o'clock in the night, today, Alhamdulillah, it was a different picture. On a separate assignment, which was digital loans through mobile app, today we had cut a cake of 10 billion loans disbursed through mobile app, a digital platform. None other bank had done before. And I could see the expression on the face of that individual who is still my supervisor's boss, but altogether a different story in a span of 2 years' time. So my message to all the individuals, all the professionals sitting over here, never ever give up. You will fall down. You will fall down. People will pull your leg. But you have to bounce back. You will have to clean up your clothes, stand up tall, chest high, and just bounce back. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, TQ, Toastmaster Blanca. Also, have attention just for us. It's the next. Next is. Yeah.
There's a change in the agenda. So Toastmaster Kareem Meghani is busy in the meeting, so he requested to deliver his speech after the tabletop session. What we can do, we can move to the tabletop session, or what we can do, we can request the evaluators.
Yes.
We can.
Yeah, we can have them. Yeah.
If the evaluators are ready to deliver their evaluations, so they can.
Should I call the general evaluator for it?
What do you suggest?
Yeah.
Okay, so general evaluator, just for.
Yeah, just for the speakers, 2 speakers.
Good evening, Toastmasters family. Welcome back to one of the very energetic session of Toastmasters once again. So there are always surprises in the world. So again, we have a surprise in this meeting as well. So I am the general evaluator, not as a surprise. This was already decided, but there is a little disruption in the flow of meeting. So we are going to have this initial part of the evaluation session done a little early. So to start with, I would like to invite.
Okay, just.
Another surprise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just make sure that these evaluations do not impact on your votes for best speakers.
It's too late for that.
No surprise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So a lot is happening at Toastmasters. So, when we are at Toastmasters, we learn through evaluations as well. Through evaluation, we get to know that where were the weaknesses and how those weaknesses can be improved. So, first speaker for today was TM Anam, and to evaluate the speech of TM Anam, we had TM Latif. So, I would request TM Latif to please come and evaluate the first speech.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Majid Akhtar. Today, my target speaker, Toastmaster Anam Khan. She readily started with the prop, M&Ms, and those are so near and dear to me that I was completely ready to have those sweets. And you all should know this, that there was a little camera distraction whenever there was a camera angle disturbance. And whenever she used to get near to that camera angle for setting, I thought she's going to offer me the evidence. So, though there was a distraction of the camera, but a very well handled speech. I love the way it was started with the prop. It was not disclosed what the DTM project is until unless that M&M was disclosed later. I love the way she introduced and a gratitude what she showed towards the Karachi Toastmasters Club. I joined last year. I thoroughly was immensely happy about the progress and the planned meetings and the achievements, what we have gained at the district level. She welcomed everyone at the combined meeting. First of all, 26th of September is a happy moment for us. But not only a happy moment for us, it's a happy moment for Toastmaster Anam Kadir. So let's join hands, congrats her for first of all giving and achieving that DTM project up front. Now, I would like to have some more good words when added with the team, so that we should know that this is not only a project about Toastmaster Anam or VPPR or VP Education of Karachi, it has a joint venture with My Speak also. And as you grow and develop your strength from 2 to 4, 4 to 6 people, you should have those people of that club also in your gratitude of speech, or however you call it. Now, I loved the way you showed your gestures, you expressed, but I think there was one lack of somewhere I did not see the happy Anam, the happiest Toastmaster Anam achieving the DTM. Or I love the way you were showing that vision. But how about seeing that are we district? Can't we see ourselves towards the international levels? How to focus on them? There was some challenging moments which would have made it a different, this speech to a next level. Now, with the start, which you started with the gratitude, the moment of gestures, the props, a little more energy, and a camera setting well set before would have helped. Over to you, Jalanwal.
Very nicely done. Evaluations are always lessons in which we learn new things as an audience and also as a speaker. So the next speaker we had was TM Azhar, and to evaluate the speech of TM Azhar, we had the evaluator TM Hiba. So I'm sure TM Hiba is around to.
Yes, I am around, but unfortunately, I'm so sorry, I'm not ready with the speeches, sorry, evaluation right now. Sorry.
Another surprise. It's okay, you take your time. So we can go to the next evaluator then. So the third speech we had today was of TMGQ. So the evaluator we had of TMGQ was TM Ali Asher. So I hope he is ready with the project. Yes. Okay.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. And good evening once again to all of you. My target speaker, Toastmaster Club. He is a very good storyteller. First of all, we have to admit it. Why? Because he started with numbers, with the date. Actually, whenever we heard numbers, dates, so we are more conscious. Then he just start with the food call and all such things that hooked all of us in his speech. His body language, use of his stage, hand gestures, expression, all were up to mark. And I must say that all things were optimal, not more than required or not less than required. Everything was optimal. But every speech can be better. I realize that your story was good, have proper setting, think the conflict, disasters, resolution, and then the climax. But I was anticipating for more twist enters that will enhance the aroma of your speech. Otherwise, your speech was good and we all enjoyed it a lot. Over to you, legendary Evaluator.
So this clap was actually not for this evaluation, rather. The first priority of this clap was the great entry of a DTM. So the second priority was for this, obviously, for the evaluation. So now, are we ready with the third evaluation, or
You can ask Toastmaster Heba if she is ready, then we can.
No, I'm not. I'm so sorry. I need my time.
Table topics.
Yeah, okay, no problem. You take your time. So with this, we are partly concluding our evaluation session again, and we will be jumping on to the next session. And I would invite the Toastmaster of the evening to resume the session from here onwards.
For conducting this segment in quite hustle and bustle, but this is a very unique thing of the Karachi Toastmaster that we never give up, and we all are blessed with too many good people around us. So the next segment is our tabletop, and to conduct this session, we have the most adorable Toastmaster of the district, the district director, and also the president of Karachi Toastmaster Club, none other than DTM Talab bin Hamid. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. So today, our theme is be grateful for the little things in life, or count your blessings. Now, we all have a lot of complaints all the time against life. You just witnessed 3 speeches which are full of ups and downs of life. And sometimes it seems as if nothing is going right. And then suddenly it seems that everything is going our way. But the secret is that actually nothing stays in its place. And that is the human, you can call it the human comedy or the human tragedy. That's what life is. So today, as part of our table topics, we have a lawsuit. And the convict or the accused is life itself. Life, whether it is worth living or worth terminating. So I had actually identified already some participants of this topic, and yes. Okay. So first I need the accused. And the accused will come here to the stage or the virtual stage. So perhaps life who is accused is Toastmaster Shamam. Are you there?
Yes, you picked me.
Sorry?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, great. So
I was trying not to be very prominent, but you did pick me. I hope I'm visible there.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So you are accused of not being worth living by some people. And some other people say that no, you are totally worth it because you are life. Yeah, sorry. Thank you, Toastmaster. Okay. Now, this lawsuit or these proceedings will proceed according to the following setup. Of course, Toastmaster Shamam is the accused. There's a prosecution which is led by Toastmaster Zora Alan. Toastmaster Zora, are you there?
Hi, yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. So,
Awesome.
you are the lead prosecution attorney and you will deliver an opening statement against life. Why is it not worth living? And then we have witnesses with the prosecution. We have Toastmaster Noreen Fatma. Toastmaster Noreen, are you there?
Excuse me, Tana.
Toastmaster Noreen, are you there? Yeah, Toastmaster Zora, what were you saying?
Yeah, I was saying that I'm not clear about what you said. Your voice broke.
No worries, no worries. That will be great. So just be ready for now. So Toastmaster Noreen, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, great. So you are also a witness with the prosecution and you will support the case that life is not worth living. And we have a prosecution and we have two witnesses. But we have a defense too. And our defense will be led by, let's see, most of the people here have speaking roles. So, hold on. Our defense will be led by Toastmaster Mariam Akhtar. Toastmaster Mariam, are you there? So, you will be the defense attorney and you will be making the case that, yes, life is worth living. And the defense will also have two witnesses. One of the witnesses is Toastmaster Imran Chaudhary. You are one of the witnesses for the defense. And one defendant is right here with us, Toastmaster Junaid Hussaini. So here's how the proceedings will proceed. All of you will make your respective statements for the usual table topics duration of 1 to 2 minutes. And of course, you will use the word of the day adroitly, which means in a clever or skillful way. And of course, that leaves me. I am the judge. So I will be delivering a judgment at the very end. So first, the court is called to order. Everybody, don't rise, but at least stay quiet. So
The accused has a question.
Yes, please.
What is it she accused of actually? I missed the first statement.
So yes, so you are life, okay, and you are accused of being not worth living.
Me accused of not being worth living.
Because you are life, okay?
You're not a human being, you're only life.
You are life, human life.
You're playing the character of life.
You are playing the character of life and you are accused of not being worth living.
Okay.
Yeah. So first, we will invite the accused of making her opening statement. 1 to 2 minutes. Life, tell us, you have been accused of not being worth living. Would you agree with that or would you like to challenge that? Your time starts now. And word of the day is adroitly.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Prosecutor, or whoever you were. I missed it because the sound system is not very good at my end. Anyways, so the life is not worth living is completely against what I think. So I would like to challenge this thing. I would say, who says why life is not worth living? It's like someone who says money is not worth having doesn't know where to shop. So if you have a life and if you say that it's not worth living, it means that you don't know what to do about it. You don't have exposure of how life can treat you well, how life is at your disposal, how life is in your hands actually, other than the matters that are beyond your control, but you can work around it. You can have good time with your family. You can plan good travels. You can go around the world. Of course, it needs money. And if you don't have money, then it may be a problem that you might say that why life is not worth living. Even then, it doesn't take much to just go on to terrace, watch the sky, feel the fresh air, smell the flowers in the garden, look at the butterflies, and these are all the proofs that life is worth living. So I completely challenge this statement, and whoever is, not agreeing with me needs a psychiatrist or something. And and I'm also doubting the people who are accusing life as not worth living. So DTM Talha, I mean, why did you get this idea of accusing life is not worth living? Maybe next time we will put you in court for putting up such a topic and then making you explain to us life is not worth living. Ladies and gentlemen, dear Toastmasters, I completely challenge that. And the things that I have mentioned around it, look, open your eyes, have your sixth senses, open them, open your arms, and then you will find, and you will actually get this prosecutor into court for saying that. So over to you, table topic master.
Okay, thank you for that wonderful opening statement, Life. Obviously, there's a conflict of interest here because if you lose this lawsuit, then what will happen to life? We all can imagine. So obviously, you have to do everything to survive this. But I must say that you have put your case very well. So now, in order to destroy that case, I will call our lead prosecutor. I'm the judge, by the way, not the prosecutor. So next time you are the table topics master, please keep that in mind. I'm just a poor innocent judge. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. This has been forwarded to me. So yeah. So our lead prosecutor, Toastmaster Zora, are you ready with your opening statement? And you have 1 to 2 minutes to speak. And you will try to prove that life is not worth living. You can also cross-question life, who is Toastmaster, but all within 1 to 2 minutes.
Thank you, DTM Talha, for letting me speak on behalf of everyone who thinks that life is not worth living. I think life is definitely not worth living because there are many ups and downs. And when we all were kids, we had box full of chocolates. We could color rainbow in the air, and we thought about every good thing. But when we grew up, we actually came face to face with what life is. And as life is saying that it's like beautiful, it isn't as beautiful as it seems. So my question to life would be that if you say that everyone who should go to, psychiatrist who says that life is not worth living, why do you think they should go there just because they disagree with you? See, this is the problem with life. Whoever disagrees with life gets, cornered or gets accused. So, yeah. And I have many more points about why life is not worth living, and I'm sure you will agree. When we were kids, we had friends. Then when we grew up, our friends got married, and then they had kids, and they don't have time for us. In fact, now we don't have time for ourselves. So, that was my pain point. So definitely, I think life is not worth living.
Okay. Thank you so much for that opening statement. Now we have our defense attorney, the lead defense, Toastmaster Mariam Aftab Kibbai. And Toastmaster Mariam, you will make a statement, and of course, you can also cross-question the accused. But within 1 to 2 minutes, you will try to justify why life is worth living, and why the accused, which is life, and also Toastmaster Shabam, why she should be released and let go.
Thank you so much, Judge. Firstly, yes, I am in a favor of life. We should enjoy it. Why should we always look on the darker side? There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So walk your life. Walk with all those things you are given by your life or by the God. That's nature. Your children, your life partners, people around you are part of your life. You should walk with them. And yes, Shamam, is life that you are worth living. You are the one who should be enjoyed, who should be given the full opportunity to enjoy. And you are worth living. Yes, there are lives that are small. My audience is always with me. But yes, we should enjoy our life and we should live it to the fullest. Those who come in our way give us a new meaning of life, and we should enjoy that meaning and we should understand what does this mean. This is all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our lead defense attorney, for adroitly putting up a defense of life. We have a witness for the prosecution, Toastmaster Imran Chaudhary. Toastmaster Imran, you will let us know what have you witnessed that has convinced you to support the case of the prosecution that life is not worth living. Within 1 to 2 minutes, and word of the day is, of course, adroitly.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tala. Now, how can I emphasize more on the fact that without life, there's nothing? But with that, the caveat is that it's extremely tough. My case resides with the fact that we are all prisoners in life. And to successfully get ourselves out of that prison, I think we have to ultimately die. There's no other way around it. So I witnessed the prosecutor and the I'm sorry, I'm not very good with that legal terms, but I witnessed both of you, and I think I am with the case is very clear and straightforward. The life is a chore, and it's just we were better off without it. If my time, I can't see the timer, so.
Thank you so much. Next, we have a witness for the defense. And that witness is Toastmaster Junaid Hussain. Please come here and present your defense in 1 to 2 minutes on why life is worth living. Word of the day is adroit.
What life is worth living is always. There was a time when it was in Holland when my father passed away. So it was a time when I realized that maybe things have been more difficult in future. I was being the eldest in the family. I had many responsibilities to take care of the family, and it was we have heard. I was in Doha, Qatar, so there were not many families we were meeting. So that time, the meaning of death was not clear to me. Like we have not seen many people, we have not went to the people like somebody has died. So when my father passed away, that time I realized actually that what is the meaning of somebody who is not in the family in your life. So that day I realized that it is now difficult to move forward in the life. And somehow we managed survival. And later on, when things started settling down, I got married. My kids came in the world, and then I realized that yes, there is a side where you feel like life without someone is difficult to live. But then there is a time when you have a family, you see your kids, your wife, your mother, and other people, and then you see, the life is still there to live. And I believe that life is worth living because we are here for the purpose, and I support this that life is worth living. Thank you very much.
Interesting. So you got married to the person you wanted to marry. You got the job. For every one person that gets what they want, there are 3,568 people who don't get what they want. Where did I get that figure from? Toastmasters protocols prohibit me from disclosing that. So, funnily enough, we have two of our witnesses have run away, and one was supposed to support life, and one was supposed to oppose. So, congratulations, Toastmaster Shema. You're still well balanced in that regard. But I would like still to call one more witness in each case. So, Toastmaster Latif, you are supporting the prosecution, and you will speak and you will tell us in 1 to 2 minutes with word of the day adroitly why life is not worth it. Why the accusations against life are correct.
Judge, I completely agree that life is not worth living. I have reasons wherever I have been, since the moment I'm born, there are people keeping expectations from me. Why are you keeping expectations from us? If you want us to live freely, let us live freely. I completely agree. Those people who have lived their life and they don't want to live more, just because this life is not worth living it. We should be happy if there is no expectations. No matter we are at the graveyard or maybe we are not available here, but it is better to be living or lived without any expectations. This is just because only two reasons. If you are married, you are answerable to her. If you are born as a son, you are responsible for heading up the family. If you are working in an employer, you have to answerable to the boss. If I have to answer everybody, why the hell I'm living? Over to you, Judge.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latif, for adroitly building the case against life. But in order to balance things out, we need to call one last witness. And that witness will tell us why life is worth living. So our guest, Faizan. Guest Faizan, soon to be Toastmaster, inshallah. Please come to the stage and tell us in 1 to 2 minutes, why do you think life is worth living and the accused should be set free without any charges.
Assalamu alaikum. Greeting Toastmasters. Thanks a lot for having me for the consecutive second hybrid meeting of 2021. So our topic today, I am supposed to defend life. In her defense, I say life is absolutely worth living. If you consider my relationship with life, she does not know me. She is divided into billions and billions of beings whom the Creator have created. The Creator have divided her into every single living being. But for me, she is my everything. Life is my everything. Life is my only chance for a better existence. If I did not have life, what would I have been? Would I have been standing here at Toastmasters? I would be a speck in a huge, vast, unmeasurable universe. I still am a speck in that huge, vast universe, but now I have the gift of life. This one gift has given me billions of gifts. So many gifts that I cannot count. The gift of speech, the gift of sight, the gift of hearing, the gift of walking on my legs, the gift of speaking in front of an audience. So how would I not defend life? Life is my everything. My Creator has given me the most beautiful gift, which I today call life. Thanks to my Creator. Great thanks to my great Creator, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, for gifting me with a beautiful gift of life. Thank you very much.
Now, having heard both sides, the prosecution, the defense, and their respective witnesses, the fate of life hangs in the balance. And we have heard some very adroit arguments on both sides. Of course, those arguments largely depend on where on the merciless sine wave of life are those people currently. If they are at the crest, obviously everything will be roses and rainbows to them. But if they are on the trough, then everything will seem worthless to them. So perhaps after deliberating on the arguments, this judge has arrived on an answer. Answer to the life and universe and everything. And that answer is 42. If you didn't get that reference, you really need to read the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which is a science fiction series, or better still, join Quantum Leap Toastmasters Club, soon to be launched. But away from the sponsor's message, I believe, and the jury believes, that life is worth living with all its trials, with all its troubles, with all its sadness, because these are the things that make life life. So, life, the accusations against you of not being worth living are rejected for now, but the court will still observe you on a 6-month parole. If you're found to deviate too much towards the dark side, then we will call you again for a retrial. So congratulations, life, you're acquitted, and please go forth and spread happiness and joy everywhere. What? Yes. So, Mr. Timer, what are the respective times of all the speakers?
Okay, other than life, everyone within their time limits, and life took 10 seconds extra. So she took 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
I believe since life had to make an opening statement, and that opening statement needed to be substantial. So since I just acquitted life, yes.
And life couldn't see the timer even. So so she couldn't keep a track of time actually in its excitement.
Well, now you would say that, but anyhow, since I just acquitted you, it does not seem right to call you again into court for a matter of 10 seconds. So yeah, as president, I think 10 seconds can be allowed in this particular very specific scenario. And I hereby declare that all of the speakers should be jailed, should be voted upon. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Toastmaster for your quite nostalgic tabletop session.
Yes.
I can really relate to it.
You want to become a judge? You want to become a judge?
Okay, so let's move back to our first segment, and that is prepare the speeches, as we have one of our prepared speaker, Toastmaster Kareem Meghani, is also going to deliver his project on the motivational strategies level 4 project 1. And his project title is Let's Build a Team of Learners. This evaluator is going to be Toastmaster Anand. So over to you, Toastmaster Anand.
Check your WhatsApp.
First check your WhatsApp and
Okay, let me check it.
Toastmaster Kareem, can you please?
It's a CCTV camera. If he touches it, he'll be arrested. So please.
Right.
Camera.
I have this evaluation here with me. Shall I start? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
All right. Toastmaster Kareem Meghani is giving his speech on motivate others. Speech title is The Pathway is Motivational Strategies, Level 4. The speech title is Let's Build a Team of Learners. The speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose of this speech is for the member to practice the skills needed to motivate team members through the completion of a project. Your time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. Best of luck, TM Kareem Meghani.
First, I want to thanks everyone to accommodate me. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm in a meeting room. Unfortunately, I'm not able to fix my tripod right now, but just finish this project, I think. So let's start, yeah? July 2021. This was a day when I was elected as a treasurer of the first Toastmaster Club of Madagascar. This club I joined in March 2021, and the first election, they asked me to be a treasurer. When they asked me for treasurer, I said, okay, I have to manage all the finance and all the statements. That would be fine. But when I become the treasurer, and when I take the oath, and the District 74, the leaders were all in hybrid from South Africa and Mauritius, and they took my oath, and they told me the responsibilities of treasurer. And the first time I realized that how heavy this responsibility is. Toastmaster of the day, dear Toastmasters and the guests, I will be talking about my journey from July 2021 till now, and what I achieved, and what we achieved as a group of First Toastmaster Club of Madagascar's, the executive committee, what we achieved. When I entered the first executive committee meeting, the first thing I asked, where is the members list? How many registered member for this club? How many people are paying? They said, Kareem, let me tell you honestly the situation. You saw on the online meeting, the issue is this, that we don't have regular members. Only registered members are 10. And our target for the District 74, that we need to be 20 by the new registration date, and that is September 30th. So how we will do it? Executive committee meetings, step by step, we looked at all these challenges. I said that, we cannot survive as a club if we have 10 members. Why? What are the challenges? Why people are not joining Toastmasters? What is the issue in Madagascar? He said, Kareem, when we started the Toastmaster Club 3 years back, the issue was this, that we had started an English club. We wanted to practice English. So a lot of students joined us. When they joined us as a student, so how we will expect them to pay $45 for the club fees, and they are coming from a very middle class and very poor background? How to connect corporate people? You came suddenly to us that you want to join Toastmasters, so we accepted you. Now you tell us that what to do. I said, let's work on this motivation of some people. Let's do some activity. What we can do? You know what we decided? We called in 3 years, whoever registered with us, whoever contacted us, we invite them into a house, which was our VPR house. She kindly accepted. Let's do an open house. Let's bring them together. I said, let's talk to them. What are the issues? How to build this Toastmaster community in Madagascar? And then what happened? In that particular meeting, we supposed to meet just all of them and just to talk to them. But one of my friend in Karachi Toastmaster, when I discussed with him, usually almost my every activity of Toastmasters, so he told me, Kareem, don't do just the open house. Do a Toastmaster meeting. Do a Toastmaster meeting. Show them how we can run this show. How you can enjoy this meeting. I said, let's do it. And we did a Toastmaster meeting. I told the ExCom, they accepted it. We took the role. I became the general evaluator. And we invited the District 74 people online. We did a hybrid meeting. We arranged a projector. We arranged a good sound system. We did a meeting. Fantastic meeting. Lovely speeches. And what happened after that meeting? We shown them what is Toastmaster is. And I told the president, after talking to some people, as a treasurer, ask them, if it is a financial issue, let's motivate them. Let's give them a facility of just to installments. Let them pay. Let them pay installments. We will arrange money with ExCom. Let's bring more members. Is it a member? They were saying that, some corporate people are not joining this club because that's an issue that the place where we are using, it's in a student hall. So corporate people, they feel that, it's a student club. Why we will join a student club? I said, okay, let's work on this. Let's talk to corporate people. Let's get a partner. We will arrange our meetings in our offices. We assure the new members, let's do it. And then the journey started of membership. We had a lovely barbecue at that day. Wonderful. That was another motivation to everyone. The district membership was there. They were talking to them. They said, yeah, now this club become professional. They are talking to us. These are Mauritian people. They are South African people. They are coming from Namibia. They are coming from other regions of Africa. Everybody start thinking. At the barbecue, we start talking to them. I said that why each and every one we went, we talked to each and every one of them. All the ExCom was talking to everyone. And we start motivating them. I said that, Kareem, this club is a very basic club. We want to do something professional. We want to become a professional. We want to become a leader. Said, we will assure you we will provide that kind of club. September 1st, September 20 was the deadline with the district to get 20 members verified. Ladies and gentlemen, by 18th of September, we had 20 members and we got the Treasurer Excellence Award for the district. Now, this is not because of me. In the last meeting, the president was telling, he was telling us that, really, Kareem, you did really good hard work. I said, this is not me. I didn't talk to everyone. The VP Education did. The VPR did. The marketing guys did. Everybody did their job. And finally, our club is in the district with 20 verified members. Ladies and gentlemen, to motivate everyone, we just need to know what they want from us, and they will come to you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
So here we are done with our prepared speeches. We are done with our table topics, and now this is time to resume our general evaluation session. So we are blessed that we have our general evaluator here in person. So any reviews round of applause?
Before going to general evaluator, please ask.
Yes. Please vote for the best speaker.
First, you need to ask whether they are qualified or not.
I said that our timer is quite accurate, so
timer is qualified.
So please, timer,
Yes.
disclose the timings of our prepared speaker, so we can.
All the speakers, what is that word?
Adroitly.
Adroitly uses the time and they are qualified for voting.
Okay, you could have said that in 2 seconds earlier, but anyway.
And please, I'm sharing the voting link, so don't send any messages of thanks and.
Okay, so I think we should move on now, and let's move towards our last segment, and it is of general evaluation. And for that, I would like to invite again Toastmaster Majida.
Thank you for the big round of applause. Really appreciate it. I'm sure you all had great fun. It was an amazing session. Like always, Toastmasters meeting is a one lovely place on earth, which always is. Whenever you attend and witness these meetings. So now, resuming the evaluation session, which we started earlier, there was a skip. So after the skip, this is session 2, season 2 of the evaluation session. So we would like to resume our second season with the evaluation of TM Azhar, and the evaluator was TM Hiba. So now, may we have the honor of TM Hiba evaluating TM Azhar?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm finally done. Wait a minute.
Thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hello, Toastmasters and guests. Good leadership is always needed everywhere, whether you are in an office, educational institute, or a club. Good leadership always leads the institution to better heights and avenues. During the time you spoke, you were quite comfortable and had good clarity. You also used good gestures, which you expressed yourself with good gestures, which you used in your speech during the time you spoke. To express yourself, you demonstrated good audience awareness needs, and the audience were thoroughly engaged in what you were listening to. You also appeared quite confident and comfortable during the time you spoke. Since the speech was constructed well in a good manner, so the audience were thoroughly engaged with that interest in your speech. And however, like some every speeches, there were some areas of improvement which I found in your speech. The first one was you should have incorporated vocal variety in your speech in order to bring more depth and interest at the right points and places. And also, I thought that you lacked eye contact because I constantly found you looking at the audience, the physical audience, rather than the camera as well. You should have maintained both your eyes on both the sides. I'll put it in this way. So that is what was needed as well. That's an area which I found that you should improve upon. And the last one was which I suppose that the leadership example that you gave in your speech, you should have given of an example of your own rather than giving of Hazrat Umar, because in the evaluation sheet it's required that share some impact of his or your own leadership style and the impact that it has on others. So overall it was a good speech, and with the above areas of improvement, with the given areas of improvement mentioned, you will become a better speaker in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you, TM Eva, for handing over the charge back to me. Really appreciate it. So now the next speaker we had, the last in fact speaker we had was TM Kareem, and TM Kareem's speech was evaluated by TM Anam. So may we request TM Anam to start the evaluation, please.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Martin. TM Kareem Meghani, let's build a team of learners. You started off with a story, and from the first word that you uttered in your story, it caught my attention as to what was coming on ahead and which type of story would I get to hear, especially when it is supposed to be a motivational one. Because these days we are looking more for motivation, and like DTM Talha just held his session on life being miserable or being fruitful, well, it explains that as well. You need motivation to enjoy your life. And your speech was a true example of that motivation. You started off with a great story of how you got inducted as a treasurer in your club, a club in which there were merely 10 members and yet was struggling to gain more and more members, who was working just on the online participation. And since you mentioned that there were students, so obviously you didn't get the enough funds to hold it, to carry it on as a proper Toastmasters club. How you took it from an almost zero level to a highest level, and how it now became a part of the Toastmasters world. That was a great motivation, how you worked off with your team, something that explains your project truly well. You worked on adroitly from a level 0. From a level 0 to a level almost 100. It was a great content, promising enough to show that you have the capability to take up a team, to work together with it, and to move it towards the height of achievement. The speech, though I could see from the scenario, from the meeting room, that you had very little walking space, yet you had the movement and you had the confidence enough to depict what you are trying to say. And never, ever, never throughout your session, I witnessed that there was some kind of confusion, or you were a little paced behind just because of the limited space and the limited time and the emergency in which you had to deliver that speech. It was confidently done. It was well presented. Your vocal variety was clear, loud, enough to for us to comprehend. Overall, a very nice speech, very well done, good content with great vocal variety, a great message of how to empathize with others to arrive at a solution. And you had everything covered, from the team members to the time limit in which you had accomplished your entire goal. Best of luck for your future endeavors. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Right. Thank you, Riyamanam, for handing over the charge back to me. Okay, so with this, the evaluation of prepared speech session, gets to complete. So do we request for the best evaluation, best evaluator, or vote for the best evaluator? Please, everybody. We had 4 evaluators: TM Latif, TM Hiba Rais, TM Ali, and TM Anam.
And they are all qualified.
And they are all qualified as per the time.
Thank him for asking you about the timing.
So this I was about to ask. In fact, he initiated. So sumoto notice by the timer. Okay, so now we start with the next evaluation session, which is of table topic evaluation, and there cannot be any more better learning opportunity once the evaluation is being done by a learned speaker himself, by a very seasoned Toastmaster himself, by a very seasoned evaluator himself. So with the great round of applause, I would request DTM Rashid Dastagir to please take the charge and evaluate the table topic speakers today.
Hello Toastmasters and guests present in person or virtually. It is utmost pleasure to be back at Karachi Toastmasters meeting, in-person meeting after a long time. So today's table topic was a lawsuit. Not a lawsuit, but a suit. And there are a couple of interesting facts. There was a prosecutor, there was accused, but there was no plaintiff. I believe it was a suo motu notice by our learned judge. Secondly, if I am correct, the prosecutor and one of the witnesses was somehow interconnected. So that's why there was some influence and that should be taken care of. But in the end, judge actually balanced that out. So clever. Life, our learned judge is not only the person who criticizes life. We often came across different saying like, "Zindagi kya hai, gam ka darya." Like Ghalib said, "Kaide hayat wa bande gam asal mein dono ek hain, maut se pehle aadmi gam se najat paayegi." So our birthday judge took inspiration from these wonderful quotes and came up with this idea, I believe. Very interesting idea. Now, my evaluation, first the accused life. So I must say, sometimes life is very blunt. Like it was in her opening statement or while defending itself. My suggestion first for the something about the settings, the setting of the camera might have been improved. And sometimes in your speech, you are touching your chin. So that was actually disrupting the audience attention. You took the approach of directly challenging the accusation, too aggressive, to have a conviction, but it would be better if you use some story in your opening statement to highlight the beauty of the life. What you have actually done for people, because you are acting a life, so you can actually highlight it or count the blessing you bring for people. Otherwise, your speech was brilliant. Then the prosecutor, Toastmaster Zahra or Zohra, I will also invite you to improve your camera setting. You are using your hand, but not that visible. So, by little bit improvement of camera setting, actually your gesture will be visible and will create more impact. In middle of the speech, you started laughing. So I believe you should have been remain composed, and actually your job is to make the audience laugh or cry. You also took the direct approach, and the use of story might have been a great impact because you may highlight through story the negative, not on negative, but you can say, look at the people who are deprived of everything. They are crying, they are hungry. So by using something, your speech might have been more impactful, but you have put your case in an excellent way. Then the defendant, your camera setting was good, you're confident, but sometimes you speak, you are just touching your hair. It shows nervousness and also distract the audience attention. You also laughed during your speech. Same advice as I given to the prosecutor. You unintentionally also used kid as a prop to highlight the beauty of the life. So that's wonderful. You can also bring story to make your speech more impactful. Imran Chaudhary, witness. In your view, something beside you is actually overwhelmingly overshadowing you. So it's better to make you prominent in your camera setting. Otherwise, you have put your case very well. Junaid, Toastmaster Junaid, the defendant. Regarding your body language, I believe you are moving forth and back, and also you have initially you have your hand at back, and then you have used it. So it's good to either leave your hand aside or staple it or use to give hand gesture. Mostly you are using your left hand. You brought the story, your personal story that was actually very impactful and good tactic to grab the audience attention. So my advice is to more open up. That will give you comfort and also then Toastmaster Latif, witness. He must be very angry with life and the people around him. So that's why maybe he was talking to the prosecutor. Very well done speech, and you have put your case very powerfully. Wide arms, gestures, vocal variety, everything was there to keep it up. And guest Faizan, defendant. So you are also very confident using hand gesture. You also build your argument about the beauty of life or what Creator has given us. and we should be grateful for that. For body language, you are moving back and forward, so it's good to have a posture in the middle. And I believe your right leg was a bit ahead, to have a balanced posture. And then, whenever in transition, you can move here or there or front or back. Otherwise, your arguments were very convincing, you are very confident, a brilliant speech. So, clap for every speaker and every balanced decision, not like the judges who took so motor notes and then their decision is evolved.
Wonderful. Once again, thank you very much, Table Topic Evaluator, for handing over the charge back to the general manager. Really appreciate it. Okay, with this done, now we move to the next segment, which is of evaluation of the role holders, the supporters, the agents, silent agents, secret agents who were there to help. So the first role holder I would request to please let us know the report of is TM Latif, and TM Latif will be sharing 2 reports at a time, that is of grammarian and word master. Please take the charge.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Majid Akhtar. Today's meeting, the word of the day was adroitly, and it was used not with all the speakers, but yes, Ali Ashar Anjum has spoke for 3 times, used it 3 times. BTM Tala has used twice. Toastmaster Imran, TM Anam has used once. Rest all, it's a new word, it's a good word. Please try to utilize in your speeches. It will be a new word instead of using it a clever or a skillful way. With my grammars report, I see Karachi Toastmasters Club meetings improving day by day. So if I point out some, I request each and every speaker to use the recording, watch their speeches on the YouTube channel, and evaluate yourself. You can be the better judge. While my grammar report, Toastmaster Azhar and Toastmaster Kareem's speeches were very much full of some nice grammatic sentences. Though I was pretty relaxed, calm, and I could not note those sentences, but I will make sure that next time whenever I do this report, I'll make a good use of my grammar report. Other than that, I have nothing much to say. Thank you. Keep learning, improving. Over to you, General Manager.
Great. So thank you, TM Latif, for actually handing over the charge back to me. So now the next role holder we have is TM Imran Chaudhary, who is facilitated, who in fact facilitated us with the ARC counter session. So may we have the report from TM Imran Chaudhary.
Thank you so much, TM Junaid. Okay. I'm starting with so that's a good sign. So I'm an accountant, and you guys made my job very difficult actually, because I couldn't find much in most of the speakers to noteworthy. So I'm just chronologically, I'm going to say the names and the counters so that you can work on this based on this feedback. Ali Ashar Anjum, 1 Anam Kadir, 10. But since you spoke a lot, so don't. All right. Ghulam Kadir, 1. Hiba Rais Khan, 9. Imran Rana, 1. Kareem Maghani, 3. Latif Mansoor Ali, 0. Muhammad Azhar Khan, 0. Talha bin Hamid, to my surprise, 2. Majid Akhtar, 3. Mariam Aftab, 0. Zohra, 4. Shamam Khan, 0. Me, myself, 2. Imran Chaudhary. Junaid Hassani, 2. But that was only in the beginning of your speech. Rest was excellent. Guest Fazan, 0. So that's all from my side. Back to you.
All right, perfect. Nice beginning and nice closing by TM Mother. No, not TM Mother. TM Imran. All right. So the next role holder we had today for facilitating us in the shape of a listener, because when we are at Toastmasters, we have listeners as well who would evaluate that whether if along with the speaking, but we also listening to other speeches or not. So to evaluate that part, may I request TM Azhar to come and take the charge and do the evaluation of listening part as a listener. So he's coming from another city, so we might take some time. He now in Sindh, now he has reached Karachi. Please.
Thank you, my Toastmaster. Now, first and foremost, let me know I'm audible.
Yes.
Yes. It's very difficult for me now. Imran is in front of me, and he's looking at my notes. So what should I do? Please don't. Yes. Okay. Today my role is listener. Please, I'm telling one by one sentences. Please guess who spoke this. I was demoted. Everybody say Khudela. Yeah, that's great. Sorry. Just too much papers, right? Okay. Nice opening and nice closing.
Rashid. BTM.
ATM Junaid.
Toastmaster Majid.
Yes, exactly. You're right. PDM. So, I also joined some your meeting. I don't know about you. Okay, leave it. No problem. I love the way. How do you focus on that?
Everybody says that in Toastmasters.
Especially the big set. Okay.
I love the way you said it.
The thief. Never give up. You have to bounce back.
I think our guest.
Junaid Hussain.
Kadir, GQ.
Ghulam Kadir.
Exactly. GQ. Okay. Open your eyes. Think about your vision. Way.
TM Shamam.
Toastmaster Mama.
Yes. Nice. I'm very straightforward. I'm very straightforward. You say it. Imran. It's
Toastmaster
more
Kareem.
difficult. Sorry.
No, it's Toastmaster Imran Chaudhary.
It's more difficult for future.
Shaman. No, guess Fazan.
Yes. No. Fazan, this is Fazan.
Yes.
No. It's very more difficult for future. Yes, exactly. You're asking me or telling me? I'm shocked. What's happening? You're taking liberty. Distance. Keep distance. For instance. Thanks. Okay. Thanks to my creator, Allah.
Fazan.
But you don't raise your name. Okay. We have not registered Toastmasters.
Kareem.
We are very professional.
We are not.
We are very professional Toastmasters. Who said this line?
Kareem.
Toastmaster Kareem.
Professional Toastmaster. No, Toastmaster Junaid.
Kareem Agani. Oh. You use good gestures, audience engaging in your speech. To know this.
Master Rashid.
BTM Rashid.
No.
Hebar is not.
Exactly. You're right. Awakening minds, bring people together and communicate effectively. Who said this line? Who?
Toastmaster.
Yes, you are right. Thank you so much. Someone called my name. It's very difficult. I push myself on a daily basis. We yearn to connect.
I'm Ghulam Qadir.
Yes, you are right, Hiba. Toastmaster. Yearns to connect, not correct. Just a difference. No.
Toastmaster Anand. No one said it.
Me, Mohammad Khan. Okay, I'm not doing that. No one said my name. Okay. Today I'm the one never give up. You have to bounce back.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. It's very official. Human error. Where's my green and yellow lines? Direct red.
In the camera.
You liberty. I'm not a statue. This is called the statue liberty. Okay. What is the meaning? What is the meaning? Who is not in your family? Without you to someone, it's not easy.
Toastmaster Mariam.
No, Junaid.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Back to you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Dear mother, you enjoyed the session very much. I can see that, and I'm sure everybody also noticed that. So with this, we are done with the both evaluations part. Now, I think we will be evaluating the session journey.
Yes.
And I myself am back at this meeting after a very long time. It's always a pleasure to be at Toastmasters, especially Karachi Toastmasters, because it's a family where I belong. I always would love to be part of this family forever till the time I am living. I was sitting there, I was recalling DTM Salim long time ago, when you used to also come. Anyways, so overall session was wonderful. The session almost started on time, which was very it was actually appreciated. So it would have been more good since we have this hybrid session and we have a lot of Toastmasters together in Karachi. So if the turning up of audience in-person meeting was more in number, this would have been more better. So because it's always nice to see people coming on camera, coming in the in these online sessions, but if the same audience would have been here, I'm telling you, the fun would have been multiplied. So we would appreciate that if you could do us a favor, and in the next meeting, if these seats will be filled, then it is going to be more exciting, and you will witness it yourself that how rolling the session is going to be when you will be here yourself. So I could not see the standee of Toastmasters. So if the standee would have been here, this would have been more better for the guests and for everybody. And even the session, whoever is actually witnessing this session can, without having need to tell them that this is a Karachi Toastmasters session, the standee would have been, speaking for itself. So there was a little abrupt flow, but this is still appreciated because at Toastmasters we learn, and today we learned how to deal with the challenges. If the session is not taking its flow, still let's not stop the meeting. Let's continue with the flow, and we did that. So this is actually appreciated. So one thing which I would suggest to speak to the audience who is online, instead of looking at the wall, because when we look at the wall, where I see myself in that camera right now, so the audience online can only see me looking at the wall as if I'm, looking at something behind. But if I have to speak to the audience online, then I need to speak to this camera, because this camera is actually the online camera. So when we look at the wall, so we are looking at the online audience, but the online audience cannot sense that. So when we need to talk to the online audience, we will be getting close to this camera and we will be talking to the online audience. So temperature, as a journal evaluator, I started feeling, I felt very cold. 4 ACs, 18 temperature together, it was like as if I'm sitting in a minus temperature environment. So I had to step up, go out, request to please pull up temperature a bit. So then eventually the environment became a little balanced. Okay, so I would must appreciate the table topic session. In fact, it was very creatively done. I would request everybody to please put your hands together, give a big round of applause to DT and Bala. It's always creative because you see, I have myself been the table topic master. So it's easy to come here and deliver a straightforward session, come up with a topic, but bringing creativity and creativity of this level is something really commendable. It's actually commendable. So he can easily become a director of a movie as well. I'm telling you, the way he conducts the session is actually remarkable. So again, as a journal evaluator, I missed the cakes along with the tea. They were like biscuits. Biscuits were good, but had there been some of the those fruit cakes, it would have been more better. But nevertheless, it was actually good. Okay, so needed more speakers here. I've already mentioned it. Overall, a great session. I thank everybody for attending the Toastmaster session. I would request once again to the online audience to please do visit next Wednesday. You are invited. You're all invited to Karachi Toastmasters meeting at Beach Luxury. I'm telling you, the blood is going to spill out of your veins. It is that energetic here. Sitting online, you cannot feel the energy, you see. So overall, great session. And now I would like to hand over the charge back to the Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, the General Evaluator, for your energetic evaluation. So I think that we are at the end of our session, and I must say that today's meeting was great. We are still counting our blessings. Things in terms of people we have, KTC, speakers, speeches, ideas, and all such things. So I enjoyed a lot. I believe that you all are also so enjoying it. Without wasting any time, now I would like to hand over the charge to the president again. But before that, I would want to ask the vote counter, please float the voting for the Big Four. Over to you, President.
Thank you so much, everyone. And I've been sternly told that I need to look at this camera by virtually everyone else in the room. So let me make something clear. Actually, when I was looking here, I was trying to address the participants for table topics. So anyhow, it is human nature to look at where a picture is visible. And no matter what logic tells you, you just find yourself. So today, I'm very grateful to two people in particular. First is our DTM, Rashid Sighi, and for those who don't know him, he is one of the pillars of Toastmasters community in Pakistan, and of course, one of the pillars of this club. He is also our immediate past division director and our first finance manager for the district. How we miss those days. Anyhow. Secondly, I'm also grateful to Toastmaster Majanatha. He's returned to our club after, I don't know, how many months? Maybe more than this. Yeah?
More than 12 months, if I'm not.
Yeah, more than 12 months. So both of these gentlemen have returned to our club. And they made our session truly special. So sincere gratitude to both of you. Secondly, I will invite our guest today to share his thoughts before announcing the rules. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmasters, for having me again for the second consecutive hybrid meeting of 2021. I'm very grateful to be here. It was difficult for me to be here due to all the lockdowns and all the issues. I am still seeing a loss, small loss of public in the room, but I do see that our other Toastmasters and there are more Toastmasters and guests behind the camera, and I am very grateful to be here as a guest. And inshallah, I wish to become a regular proper Toastmaster here. Thank you very much for your respect and a chance to practice my speech and language, English. Thank you.
Yes, Hazan, let me speak for everyone when I say that today, and even last week, we found you to be a very impressive speaker. It's not easy to come up on the stage in table topics and speak, and the way you spoke, especially today, was especially inspiring. So again, looking forward to you becoming a member and also to listening to your prepared speeches, because if you can deliver this quality in impromptu speeches, we can only imagine what you will do in prepared speeches. So thank you so much once again for attending. So now moving on to the awards for today. So first of all, Best Prepared Speaker Award, and that goes to someone who addressed us from a meeting room, Toastmaster Kareem. Congratulations. Best Table Topic Speaker goes to Toastmaster Latif. Congratulations. Best Facilitator goes to someone who has won an award here for the first time. Toastmaster Imran Chaudhary. Congratulations. Best Speech Evaluator is a dream come true for someone. And I can only say that it is Toastmaster Anna. Congratulations. Okay. Best Big Four award goes to myself, and if I'm not being honest, Toastmaster one more award, and that is the Critics' Choice for Best Speaker Award. And for those who don't know, this is an award that we have introduced and pioneered, in fact. This is an award that judges every speech according to the International Speech Contest ballot. So it has nothing to do with the project description, it has nothing to do with the evaluation sheet, because that is taken care of by the evaluators. This is judged purely as how well it fits a contest speech. So what it does is that it incites even people who are delivering relatively dry projects to deliver the speech in an interesting manner. And that is the source of what Toastmaster Latif calls out me on, that I start speech somewhere else and then take a left turn and then take a right turn and then go back and then come to the final point. So partly this award is responsible for that, because even for a research-based project or even a project like, for example, introduction mentoring, the instinct is to make it into a story. And let me tell you one thing, people all around the world love stories, and they love stories so much that sometimes even what the speech is supposed to have is secondary to it. If they have a story, they just go bonkers. So that is what I have learned in my exposure to international clubs. So if you are not sure, just put in a story, and trust me, people will love it. Anyhow, today's winning award, today's award, of course, goes to a person who put in a story. And because this project was about a story. So Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir, using a story where it belongs. So these are the awards for today. And are we done with the awards? Yeah. So before we close out the meeting, I will call our VP Education if he has some announcements to make.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pratap. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, next week we will going to have our regular meeting, plus there will be a combined meeting after 4 days, and that combined meeting will be with MI Speak. So I request everyone to please register yourself. The registration link will be shared tonight, inshallah. And I request everyone to please register yourself for that meeting. Actually, we want to prove that we can bring maximum audience to the meeting as well. So be there and support our club members. And second thing is that the contest season has begun. Our first contest will be the table topic contest, and that will be on 3rd of October, that is Sunday. So those who would like to participate as a contestant, all you need to be a paid member. So please pay your renewals before competing in the contest. Over to you, Toastmaster. Online. That will be informed by our president very soon.
Why would it be informed by?
You are the president.
Okay. So the short answer to that is that it is not decided yet. Yes, the district has allowed in-person contests. Okay. But it's kind of a gray area because we have members who are not in the city. So if they are participating, perhaps we will need to lean towards online mode of contesting, because as per the contest rules, we are supposed to give a level playing field to all contestants. To be very honest, this is a situation of flux worldwide right now. Districts are not clear on how they should go about it, because this online meetings have enabled intercontinental memberships in many districts around the world. Many clubs have them. And even some of our district's members have gone and competed abroad. So many have just taken that default position that our contests will be online. So again, a club can decide which mode of contest they can have. It depends upon the participant. So we'll be taking a decision based on the participation that we receive for the respective contests. So with that, I thank you all for participating in this meeting today. Yes. Oh, yeah. So before I forget, and thank you for reminder, our friend and seasoned and senior, and what are the other words that BTM Samin hates? Seasoned, senior, experienced Toastmaster, BTM Rashid Sagir, has a very special announcement to make. So BTM Rashid, please come on the stage.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster, that given the opportunity. But by this time, I think most of my audience actually left.
No,
because
most of it is there.
This announcement is meant for families, because we are organizing a family event, especially for parents. The event will revolve around the theme of parenting, and there will also be a best parenting award based on certain criteria and some other allied segments. So I request all the families to actually join our hand, and this event will be organized in collaboration with all the community club in Karachi sometime in November on beautiful Sunday around brunch time. Over to you.
There you had it. There's a special event being organized, and it will be based around the practices of parenting and family. And there will also be an award. So, of course, this is also a contest in a sense. So, please add this to the list of contests that you want to compete in. And if you're very confident about your parenting skills, then this contest is free. So, with that, we say goodbye once again. And I will reiterate Toastmaster Majid's appeal that not coming to beach luxury while you live in Karachi is like, okay, let me be completely
blunt.
No, not blunt. Completely
blunt.
No, completely off scale here. So yeah, not coming to beach luxury while you live in Karachi for KTC meeting is like living near Bunce Road and never having Nahari. So yeah. So make your choice. And once again, sincere appeal to all of you to fill up this hall, because we like to see it fit. So with that, thank you so much, everyone, and goodbye. Have a good rest of the evening. Thank you so much.